Hi Libra, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share. If you should so choose and this resonates, hit the subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So a happy damn new year to you, right? We made it, we survived, here we are, a brand new slate. And while I can't say that it's going to be, completely free or devoid of challenges, we are definitely facing a much better and much easier year and energy vibration. So with that said, for your key to the week, you have the Strength card, right? So this is about really delving into your heart space this week, and it looks like this week is really going to present you with the opportunity to ask yourself and verify what it is that you truly want, what it is that you really want and need at a heart's desire sort of level. Now I will say this to you as well, remember the Strength card can be about courage and having to find your courage, but it can also be where you have to find the strength to do or to get through something. So this week, if you're presented with a challenge that takes, let's face it, some form of brute strength, this is about finding that. For some of you, it's going to be about rediscovering that energy as well. So for your actions and options, you have the 9 of Swords, right? So you've got to get out of your head this week. Now, here's the thing. There's me saying to you, you've got to dig deep and find your inner strength, which I absolutely believe. But coupled with that 9 of Swords, I think the saying is you wouldn't use a flamethrower to hammer in a nail or something along those lines, right? So it's about finding the strength that you need or, rediscovering it within yourself. But also it's going to ask you to put that out in a way that that's not overboard. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not about overextending yourself, it's about meeting the challenge that comes up for you. Now your actions and options, this is about what you do, it's about what you choose. And your 9 of Swords, you can either choose to give in to your own anguish or you can choose to rise above it. That's the choice that you'll be presented with this week. It also suggests to me as well that you might feel like you're running on fumes this week. And if that is the case, get back to your own heart space. Take a moment, take a breath, put your toes in the grass if you can. Obviously here in the northern it's quite cold still, so how brave you're feeling is obviously up to you, but it's definitely something to consider. For your communications and conversations, you have the 8 of Pentacles. So this falls right underneath the Strength card, which is also a number 8. So 2 8s in the tarot, you've heard me mention this before, represents new knowledge, new information that's coming in, and this is very likely to do or to be around your work sphere. So 8 of Pentacles is literally about work, right? And the professional sphere in general. It's also about your skills and your craft. And because it comes up here in your communications, this is what you're going to be focused on this week. It's what's going to be right at the forefront of your mind. And it may very well be that something comes up to do with work this week. And you kind of, there might be there might be a tendency for you to hype it up to more than it actually is. The sky isn't falling, so don't convince yourself that it is. Now, for those of you that are employed, this suggests that your work is going to demand more from you this week, probably than it's going to demand from you for the rest of the year. All right, so let that be the good news for you. For those of you that work for yourselves, have your own business, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, etc. This is really, it's about you rolling up your sleeves and just getting on with it this week. You don't have time to whinge, you don't have time to complain, you just have to get on with it. And that's, that sounds really harsh and I don't mean it that way, but it's like you can stop and kind of, this is, you can do all of that or you can just get it done. This week, I advise you to just get it done, all right? For those of you that are retired or no longer working, this is going to see you really deciding that you need to learn a new skill. For some of you, it could be that you're struggling with, maybe like there's a course or something that you're trying to learn at the moment, and you're going to realize, well, damn, you know what? I'm not as good at this as I thought I might be. And so it's going to require more effort from you. It's not going to be something that you just pick up like, overnight. It's going to be something that you actually have to work for. For your money and materials, you have the Six of Swords. So the good thing about this is, for those of you that are planning travel for the later months of the year, you have the green light and the go ahead, and also the money that you need, the finances that you need is there. You have access to it. So if you're planning to travel around June or July, this card is an absolute yes. It does look like, so you've got the Six of Swords right underneath the Nine of Swords. Some of you could be getting some form of news from overseas that maybe is challenging, or maybe is a disruption to your plans. So just something for you to be aware of, and this will be in the immediate future. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be this would be a really good week for you to get into some sort of exercise regime. Look out for your shins, your calves, and also your blood and your skin. Those would be the areas that you maybe want to work on, or make a plan to work on from this week onwards. And then for your home and environment, quite honestly, it looks like a lot of you are gearing up to make some sort of big change to the home, and it's going to be something that makes the home a more pleasant place to be for you. You know, I noticed this with like COVID, a lot of people upsized. It was kind of like, you know what, stuff this. If I'm going to be spending so much time indoors, I need more space, you know, which makes total sense. But it's kind of like, for a lot of you, I actually feel like this might be something either structural or something that you're bringing or importing into the home that's going to change the vibration for you. And then for your love and relations, all right, so you've got some good news here too. I mean, this isn't, there's nothing here that's bad news. It's just kind of a warning to stay out of your head, especially if you have a tendency to overthink things. For your love and relations, you have the Four of Wands. This is really nice. This is good energy for love in the home, right? So the relationship is something that can be counted on. The relationship is something, for those of you that have had challenges in relationships where it's been a bit like this bodes very well, because it suggests that this week there is harmony and there's enjoyment and celebration this week. So there is good news to come, especially for some of you. This could be the partner's work. Maybe there's good news about a promotion or finances of some sort that's coming in, which could be really nice. For those of you that are single, I really like this, and because it's coupled with the Six of Swords, that to me suggests that if you are meeting somebody this week, it's either going to be a foreign stranger, a foreign national, somebody from a very different background, or just somebody that makes you feel really good. Now, if I'm honest, there's nothing here that suggests long term. This is more just kind of like enjoyment in the here and now. And, you know, a lot of people get really upset when I say that. Not everybody that comes into your life is meant to stay forever. And if you haven't kind of got your mind around that at the age of sort of 30 plus, then there's something that you really need to check in with yourself, all right? Soapbox moment there, but like, there's a lot of people are like, oh, you know, why can't it be long term? Well, sometimes somebody's sent to grease the wheels. Do you know what I mean? To make you open to a relationship again, etc. You know, there's a million other reasons as well. Not only that, some people we have very short-term contracts with. They come in, they do what they need to do, they dump their crap, they take our crap, and then they go on about their journey and we go on about ours. That's something that by the time I was about 26, 27, it had really settled in for me, that this idea that not everybody that comes into your life is meant to be in your life for life. Okay, so find a way to reconcile that with you. It's a gem of wisdom that helped me, and I'm passing it on. And with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to get 1,000 comments of like, fuck you, man. With that said, you guys know I love you. Take care, have an amazing time of it, and I will speak to you soon.